I love me some video game news. This morning I woke up and got a notification that we will be getting a Warhammer Space Marines 3, which I think is awesome. Space Marines 2 is one of my contentions for Game of the Year last year, although it didn't win, and it was an amazing game. I love the story of that game. I love the art direction of that game. I think I love the art direction of Warhammer in general. But the story mode and art direction was amazing. Online was incredibly fun, especially if you're just doing the operations with some buddies. That was a fun part to do. The PvP was okay. I think that definitely wasn't the highlight of the game, but it was still fun. And through their updates recently, they have been making an effort to better the online, especially when it came to the class balance, because some of those classes were just completely overpowered, and it was a very one-sided thing, and that needed to be addressed, and they did so. And going forward with Space Marines 2, they have a roadmap of a lot of different things they wanted to do, whether it was DLC and just new maps for operations, and then more maps and stuff for the PvP. With Space Marines 3, I'm thrilled to see that they're going to be doing another one.
Another one.
And it's quite funny that they're already announcing that when we're not even a year into Space Marine 2. There was so much good and positive, and the reviews were so good for Space Marines 2 that it only made sense to do another one.
Another one.
Now, I think the only concern that I had right off the bat when I heard about Space Marines 3 was then what happens to Space Marines 2, right? We're still only a year into that game, and we do have a roadmap just for the first year, and I know they do want to pump some content to that, but I'm then worried that if they start production for number 3 kind of soon, does that mean we're going to start tapering back on what content we're going to give Space Marines 2? Again, it's only a year, and when you look at something like Vermintide 2, that's been out, I think, since like 2013 or 2014, Dark Tides, which is, I think, came out like 2018, these are long-standing live service games, and they're pumping a lot of content in that, and Space Marines 2 can very well be that as well. And there's so much you can do to that game, and I just think that already announcing number 3, it kind of like doesn't shelve number 2, but it kind of puts an expiration on that game a lot sooner than you would think. Now, is that a problem overall? Maybe not. I mean, again, that game's fun. Even if you only get 2-3 years of that game, I think that's good. I think that will be good enough. And if you just dump a lot into number 3 and what you did with number 2, I think we'll be fine. But that was kind of like my early worries, I guess, as soon as I saw it. Again, overall, I'm thrilled. I'm super pumped for number 3. Number 2 was fantastic. Number 1 was great. And number 2 just really built off of what number 1 did. And I have no doubt that number 3 is going to do the exact same thing for with what they did with number 2. And that's only going to propel number 3 to be that much better. So, again, there was only a little concern, and that may not even be anything, right? The game, we might not see that game for another like 4 years, which means we're going to get a lot of life out of number 2. And when number 3 drops, man, it'll be another just whirlwind of fun times and great stories and so on. So it might not amount to anything and just a worry for no reason. But I am thrilled that they're going to make number 3. Number 2 is amazing. Let me know what you guys think. If this might just be a big whole nothing burger, and I wouldn't say worried, but my worries, I guess, I don't know what other word I would use, are pretty much for nothing. I'm pumped. Let me know what you guys think about Space Marines 3. What you guys are kind of expecting that game, and I'll see you guys in the next one.